Yes, it is me, Gerald the Poupée, and you are watching Shootin Shit. Yes.
The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at wrestlingwithjohners.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are just in time for episode 31 of Shootin Shit. And we have a special guest today, man. It's not going to be DDJ. He had to get back to his couch. He's still trying to recover. Joey K, God bless him. We still hear that he's trying to find the nicest toilet in all of Philadelphia to put his golden cheeks on. One day he'll be back. One day we'll hear about Ring of Honor from Joey K. See if Tony Khan shit the bed with Dynamite in the way they did the Ring of Honor TV title. No pun intended. But you know what? Episode 31. Let's go ahead and get it started, guys. This is Shootin Shit. You know what it is.
I just gotta have a reason to play beep every once in a while, so.
What is wrong with you, dude?
I start piling on the investment money.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we do have a guest of honor today, Mr. Justin Marchesini. If you guys are in all of these random pick'em leagues where we do these predictions on wrestlings, you know this man's face. Justin, introduce yourself to the people.
Hiya, people. I am Justin, and I am one of the closest friends to Jovan, even though he's a Lakers fan.
But we still make it work.
Yeah, we still make it work. But with sports out of the way, he knows how much respect I have for him, and he has much respect for me than we all do. So I am looking forward to this episode, and I'm glad I could help out the hot one. Oh, and Joey K, if you're watching, please find that toilet very soon.
You know what? Let's do a quick update on Joey K and the toilet. Rumors are it's going to take him maybe 2 to 3 more weeks, which is also might be the same time frame that Dennis's knee should be fully healed from getting the $6 million man's knee in there.
Yeah. Hey, DDJ, if you're watching this, prayers up for you, buddy. We hope for a speedy recovery from you, man.
Oh, yeah. So give it 3 weeks, shooters out there. We may have a bit of a homecoming reunion and a little bit of new stuff coming in 3 weeks' time. So stick with us. We know you've hung through the craziness that was no Joey K, no DDJ, and they left the keys of the insane asylum just to me, but we've been making it. But you know what? I've got my friend Justin here. Like I said, Celtics aside, he's a good guy. Let's get into Monday Night Raw. Anything stick out to you from Monday Night Raw?
The Usos challenging RK Bro.
Yeah, man. The whole bloodline story is greatness. And with the Usos challenging, it kind of feels like they're wanting to get all these belts unified. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think on these belt unification?
I'm liking this. This should have been from the start of day one back in 2016, and yet we are like, what, 2022 now, and we're already getting the unifications? I mean, come on, Vince. You guys said like 3 years ago, oh, we listen to our fans. Now you listen to us.
Yeah, it's definitely long overdue. I think, and you said, 2016, but they always have a habit of doing these day one episodes for the beginning of the year. Why couldn't they do a unification day on day one? This is a brand new year. Time to reboot.
I don't know. They're probably just waiting for WrestleMania Backlash to do this.
Right.
It's always the pay-per-views, but I don't know.
So let me ask you on this, man. That's a big time ticket fight, man. That's a big money show. The Usos, RK Bro. Who do you taking in that one?
Usos
Yeah.
all the way because unless somebody steps up to the bloodline like The Rock or Cody Rhodes and everything, the bloodline's not losing it, and I definitely see Randy Orton turn on Matt Riddle.
Oh, I would love to see, and I saw some guy on TikTok, and I need to start writing these guys' name down. But he laid out the plan perfectly for Randy Orton to turn on Matt Riddle and then have a whole feud that ends in Hell in the Cell.
Yes, I would do that.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I do too.
But no, I think you hit it dead on the head, man. You know, you can't downplay the bloodline right now with Roman being Superman. There's no way to stop that faction. Do you watch the Young Rock at all? The TV show?
I do.
So the slight, nod that they did to Roman and Rock at WrestleMania, is this WWE kind of giving us an insight, or is that just sheer luck?
I think it's an insight. Because I think if Roman gets past Cody, which I don't know when Cody's going to be facing Roman, but if Roman gets past Cody, I think we can see like a build up to Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania, just like we did the build up, for like Rock versus John Cena at WrestleMania. I think we can do that.
I would love that, man. The bloodline, the true tribal chief, could be crowned at WrestleMania. And I think the next one's in LA. So
yes, sir. Yes,
big time movie star. You want everybody to get out there and pack up that stadium they have out there. Put in The Rock.
Yes, sir. And I would do it for night 2. No night 1 shit. Do it for night 2.
Oh yeah, definitely agree. You don't want night 1 to be the main. You have to put night 2 as your biggest attraction.
Yes, sir.
Cody Rhodes, the sore subject of AEW fans, the fun subject for WWE fans. He got his victory over The Miz this week on Raw. What do we see the Cody story going, man? Do you think Cody's legit challenger to Roman?
Legit challenger to Roman, yes, but first he has to get past Seth Rollins again. That's not going to be a problem for Cody Rhodes. But to any AEW fan that's going to be watching this, and to any WWE fan that's going to be watching this, I just want to point this out right now. Cody Rhodes gave you 4 years of excellence on AEW, and I think it was time for him to go back to WWE. And you know what? We're not going to be seeing Stardust anymore. It's going to be him on his own, doing what he wants, and Vince agreed onto it. So I think the only reason why Cody Rhodes went back to WWE is to get the championship that his dad never got. And my 2 cents is Cody Rhodes is definitely going to get the championship. Will it be off of Roman?
No. Yeah. I have a hard time thinking anybody could take the belt off of Roman, man. But Cody to the WWE, Cody has not been shy about saying he's not going to wrestle for much longer. It makes sense for him to go back to the biggest game there that could pay him the most, for him to do his last, it adds up for everyone who's upset. Think about it.
Plus he's done everything that he could for AEW. I mean, he helped build Dynamite. He helped build Rampage. He built the revolution of AEW, like bringing in superstars like Chris Jericho, Eddie Kingston, John Moxley.
Yeah.
Recently Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, Red Dragon, those guys. For him to go back to WWE, AEW, like we saw last night, is doing a lot better without him.
Yeah, and I think they were kind of not knowing what to do with him, and the fans were mixed reaction. The fans were starting not to buy into it. I think the best thing for him now is that at WWE, the fans kind of have this, he came back vibe to him. So it's going to give him a good month, maybe 2 of cheap pops. He'll have to do the work to keep it going, but I think he's capable.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, so let's go into the land of NXT 2.0 where the future stars shine. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I think we seen somebody who only lost a match because he may be part of the bloodline soon. That's Solo Sikoa and Mr. To the Moon himself. What do we think about that matchup, man? Did you think Grimes would would keep the belt?
Yeah, because Jovan, you know the professional wrestling better than everyone else does. It's great. It's good to be a champion, but it's hard to stay champion. And I think Cameron Grimes proved that he's going to be a fighting champion until somebody takes that title off of him. And Solo to the Bloodline, if that happens, there's no one that's going to stop the Bloodline.
Yeah, man. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but we're all wrestling fans and we all purchase the video games, and that's the first thing you do when you get the games. You give your favorite faction all the belts.
Unless it's the same shit every single year.
Or it was 2K20 where it was just the worst shit they've ever made.
Yeah.
That's 2K22 though is very good. I will give that. I've said that on here once or twice. Thoroughly enjoying 2K22. But WWE is kind of doing what we do. You get all the belts and you put them on all your favorites, and
yeah,
the bloodline is what they're pushing. Like I said, I think I could see Solo in the bloodline very soon. Somebody that kind of surprised me, because normally you don't think of going back to NXT as a good thing, but Mandy Rose really turned her career around, and this new Toxic Attraction team that she's got going with them, man. What's your feeling on Toxic Attraction with Mandy Rose?
Okay, first of all, I've always liked Mandy, and I still like Mandy. I think when she was in the main roster, the only thing that she was good for was the storyline with her and Otis. That's it. That was it. Her and Otis was the only good thing about main roster television. Now you have her on NXT 2.0. And you have her as Toxic Attraction, which, by the way, I'm very impressed. I was very impressed with her in that Fatal 4-Way match at NXT TakeOver. I like Toxic Attraction. I mean, the two other people are not my favorites, but Mandy Rose, it works out, and I absolutely enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. I think the craziness that is WWE's thinking. They sent Mandy Rose to NXT to kind of work out what she was trying to get through, that character, like you said, because the only thing we really saw of her that was worth it was with Otis.
Yes.
I loved the pairing with Otis, but she was falling a little flat, and it wasn't necessarily the in-ring work, but it was her character that needed tuning. Throw her into NXT. She, new hairstyle, new look to her, kind of gave her a bit of an edge, gave her Toxic Attraction, and man, they're looking like a top faction in the division, man. They really are running NXT's women division right now, which is awesome. But let's shift gears from the women's division and go into the NXT Tag Team Championships, man. Kayfabe, the MSK guys gave up the belts. Real life, everybody already knows. We had a firing over some past indiscretions from one of the guys in MSK.
Yeah.
Kind of left us with the void of needing new champions. So they did a massive scramble. The Creed brothers, Pretty Deadly, Legado del Fantasma, Briggs and Jensen, and the guys from Imperium were all there. So this, to me, felt like the perfect way to put the title on a team that I thought should have been champions for a while now, but they pulled the carpet underneath us, man. Where did you think this match was going to go?
I thought it was going to go to the Creed brothers. No.
It made too much sense, man.
Yeah. First of all, MSK. what the hell, guys? I mean, what the hell? There goes your career. There goes your career. AEW, Tony Khan, don't sign these guys, please.
No.
Please.
I think the only people that would is EC3 and them guys over there control your narrative.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else to say except for I wanted the Creed brothers. We didn't get the Creed brothers. Why didn't we get the Creed brothers? Vince?
Yeah. It makes no sense, man. They are the obvious choice for your next champions. To have Pretty Deadly walk out of the belts kind of felt like a slap to the fans, man. It kind of pissed me off in a way that WWE.
It pissed me off. It pissed me off too.
And you guys listen to this, man. I mean, me and Justin, we do these predictions. We have to predict the outcomes of these matches. I guarantee you, nobody picked Pretty Deadly. That's how off this call was Pretty Deadly.
If you did, show yourselves.
Exactly. Yeah, I want to know what you're picking for the rest of the season if you pick Pretty Deadly, because you got some good luck. So that I'm gonna get off of that. I'm tired of the damn tag team. That's honestly NXT. I was starting to get back into it. And then they did that, and I was just done.
From now on, I'm only watching NXT because of Mandy Rose. That's it.
You know what? The only thing that's keeping me coming back, Braun Breaker, I think he's going to be a star. I hope they let him use his last name soon.
Yeah.
I think they kind of did the Breaker because they weren't on good terms with Scott, but he just got, Hall of Fame. So maybe in a call-up, we'll get Bronson Steiner.
Yeah.
Or Rick Steiner, if you want to go with the full name. I'll be freaking awesome with that too.
So off topic while we're on Braun Breaker. What the hell were they thinking with Dolph Ziggler being the NXT champion?
Man. It's like they had no idea what to do with him because Ziggler makes so much money working for the company because he's been there so long. Actually, I think I saw it was another damn TikTok. They did top people making top money. And I think he was like number 8 at $1.5 million a year.
Yeah.
So when you're making that much money, I guess they figure if we're not doing anything on the main roster, you can go to NXT and make Breaker look good for a week.
Oh yeah, because I guess the whole entire "it should have been me" gimmick actually worked for him.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. We're gonna take a quick trip down Ziggler memory here. Nastiness that he had to get the main title with Vicky Guerrero being the manager. First off, nobody in their whole life will sleep with Vicky, even if it's for the title, unless your name is Edge or Dolph Ziggler, apparently. But it's not worth it. But to me, it's weird, man. I have this weird feeling about Dolph Ziggler because his character doesn't land a lot. But in moveset wise, he's the second coming of Shawn Michaels. The guy can sell. He could tell a story in the ring, but his character never connects. And that's the big disconnect with Dolph Ziggler, which is sad.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree with you because I don't know exactly what I was gonna say, but I'll agree with you on that one.
See? Vicky Guerrero makes me forget things too, man. It's all right. It's no problems with that one.
Even seeing Vicky Guerrero with Nyla Rose makes me want to forget things too, man.
Oh my God. Nyla Rose does not need Vicky Guerrero. She's making that group so much worse than it needs to be. Nyla's a beast. She doesn't need the excuse me lady.
No, but she does. But that's for another topic with Dynamite. But yeah.
You know what? Before we hit into Dynamite, let's go with one more thing that I'm trying to stay positive about in the NXT realm, and that's Harlem.
Okay, yeah.
Or Harlan, whatever his name is, the big dude.
We'll just call him the big dude.
Yeah, the big, Brock Lesnar 2.0.
Yeah.
I'm a little excited to see where this kid goes, man. He to me, he has the look when they first kind of talked about him and showed his photos around. I thought he had some tattoos on him that kind of looked kitty, like he had these dog print tattoos and these flower tattoos. And I'm like, oh, come on. No one's going to take this guy serious because he's got this kid tattoos on him. But then, they shave his head and, he looks menacing. Then they're like, okay, yeah, this guy looks like he could legit whoop my ass. So what's your takes on Harlan, a.k.a. the former Parker Bordeaux?
Stay out of his way. I guess stay out of his way. If I was in NXT, I'd be like, no, Vince, I'm not getting the way of him. No, thank you. I don't know. I guess I see him as NXT champion one day.
Yeah, I think you have to go down that path with him as NXT champion. You have to kind of give him the type of matchups and the type of story that you would have done for Killer Cross. I think them two should have almost the exact same build.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then don't kill him on the main roster like you killed Cross, because you gave Cross a horrible demolition look that just didn't work.
Oh my goodness, yeah, Cross lasted 3 weeks in the main roster and then all of a sudden gone.
Yeah, and then that's one of the ones that confused me the most, right? I don't understand how you can't make Killer Cross work, and wherever he shows up next is going to be amazing, because I guarantee you they're going to let him do what he wants to do. And if you watch New Japan, it's like this Hitman kind of thing. So I'm here for it.
Yeah. I just want Killer Cross to do better, man. Wherever he goes, I just want him to do better.
Hell yeah, man. So going in from Killer Cross talk, NJPW, we had an NJPW original on AEW Dynamite last night. Let's get into a little bit of Dynamite. Opening matchup, man. Penta and CM Punk, which kind of just was announced and happened. I'll let you go, man. What did you think about that matchup?
Why couldn't Punk eat the pin? I get it. He's after the AEW World Championship, but let him take a pin once in a while. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I'm on that side, man. I think even though Penta, he's a fan favorite, he's a crowd favorite, a loss does nothing to him. That man could lose every match he's ever had, and the fans are still nuts about him.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, when the referee, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Jay.
Go ahead.
When the referee was like checking in on CM Punk, I could just see in the eyes of Penta, like, are you actually seriously gonna call this match? And he was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna let you call this match. I'm gonna play like a dirty heel. I'm gonna kick him in the leg. We're gonna continue this match. And
dude, that's the big thing. The big botch, bro.
Yeah.
And I love CM Punk. I like Punk as much as the next person. I've met CM Punk. I've talked to CM Punk. Very nice person. But if you can't do a move, don't do it.
No. Let me ask you a question. I know since CM Punk came back to WWE. Let me try that again. I know since CM Punk came back to AEW, his hype has been, off the scales. Now that we look at him, do you think the hype is kind of gone?
I hope so. I don't need to see. Hold on. I don't need to see CM Punk as world champion, man. I don't need to see him hold the belt. I actually don't even really want to see him in contention for the belt. I think he should be in the position of where he's trying to help the newer breed out, that he's helping the up and comers. His match, the perfect example, the match with MJF. Eat the loss there.
Yeah.
Eat the loss in the dog color match. Both of them were busted up. Both of them were bloody. The match went on for a good long time.
Yeah.
Take the loss because Max needs it.
Yeah. Especially when he's going after the AEW World Championship.
Yeah, and that's the future. CM Punk, to be honest, isn't going to be wrestling along more. He's in maybe 4 or 5 more years.
Yeah.
He's already lost a step. Put Max over.
Yeah. Plus, he can barely hit the GTS that well.
Yeah, he's having issues getting people up. He's having issues, coming down for the knee.
Yeah.
It's not good. And I say this as a CM Punk fan. It's just not good. So, like I said, it was a weird way to start Dynamite because there was no hype, there was no build up. It's just like, hey, Penta and CM Punk. Okay. Fine, let's see what happens. But it wasn't great, man. But what is great, and I'll give them this, what is great was MJF and Shawn Dean.
Yes.
And this whole story with Wardlow.
Yeah.
This is the best thing they have done so far.
Oh man, I can't wait to talk about this.
So give me your thoughts, man, on the whole match, the post match with Wardlow. Where are we going?
Oh man, I see this lasting for a very good while. Oh man, until MJF releases Wardlow of his contract, which I hope it doesn't happen for a very long, until like after Double or Nothing, because I really want to see Wardlow keep, destroying security guards. I'm glad Wardlow cost MJF the match against Shawn Dean. I'm really glad. I mean, yeah, in predictions I had MJF winning, but I didn't know Wardlow was gonna do that.
Right, man. And I like how Wardlow is getting over so easily with everybody. It's just him being him, and he's going against the top heel in the company, and that's instantly giving him so much face pop.
Yeah,
that people love it.
Now hear me on this one. Imagine this, like MJF versus Hangman Page at Double or Nothing. Let's just say that happens, because if Hangman Page gets past Adam Cole on Friday night, we all know that it's gonna go towards MJF. So let's just say that it does happen at Double or Nothing. Imagine Wardlow doing the exact same thing that MJF did to him, and that is cost him the championship.
No, I think that's the way you do it. You give MJF the reason to take him off of his contract, and that's him making him lose a championship, and you build into their feud.
Yes,
that'll be great.
Yes, I mean, I do see MJF being a world champion, but not until this Wardlow feud is over.
Definitely agree, and I think that's going to be a big bargaining chip for AEW. Is that they're going to put the championship on this kid so he doesn't book to WWE the first chance he gets, because backstage, real life, he's friends with Cody. He was a Cody guy.
Yep.
And the WWE need people who can get heat like this kid can. This kid's getting heat. It reminds me of the Miz when Miz first started and everybody didn't take him seriously and just hated him.
Everybody hated him because he was on a reality show.
Yes, MJF gets that kind of heat just because he's a general jackass. So, I mean, the guy is greatness. If you're into old school wrestling, to everybody listening, if you look up Gino Hernandez, that's your comparison. This is the modern day Gino Hernandez. He is your Ric Flair. These are the guys you go to see get their ass kicked.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
But don't forget the underlying little story in there. Shawn Dean now has 2 wins over MJF.
Yep, disqualification and a count out.
So, man, the captain is not doing bad for himself, man. Not bad at all.
And the way that MJF was planning on crying last night after he lost it again to Shawn Dean, saying like, "Hey Bryce, I don't know how much Tony Khan's paying you, but I'll triple it if you don't count the 10." And then Jay was like, "Nah, do your job. Do your job.
You gotta do your job." Dude, I think that was one of the better parts of the whole night for me. The whole MJF Wardlow security guard issues, that to me was great.
Oh yeah, man.
So last night started off AEW title week, which
Yes.
all the titles between yesterday, Friday, and Saturday, all the titles are going to be on the line. Everyone's got a matchup.
Yep.
And then it started with Jurassic Express and Red Dragon, man. How'd you like the match? Where do you think it was going?
I'm glad Red Dragon didn't win. I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no problem with Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, but the marquee calls for Jurassic Express versus FTR for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. So I think last night we kind of saw like a little build up towards that. Now the main question is it going to be for is it going to be for all the tag team titles? I don't know. I don't think AEW is going to give us the title unification match because Ring of Honor does not want to lose those championships. So I'm going to be just happy with Jurassic Express and FTR at Double or Nothing for only the AEW World Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, I'm gonna double down with you there, man. As much as I like Red Dragon, and I eventually want to see the Undisputed Era or the Elite Era or Undisputed Elite, whatever they're calling themselves in AEW, I do want to see them all with titles again because in NXT when that happened, it really worked and it worked great.
Oh yeah, sooner or later it is gonna happen, but just not right now.
Not now because FTR. And the sad thing is I'm more excited over the FTR prospect because Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus have been great tag team partners. They've been great tag team champions. I feel like their run only happened due to the injury to Rey Fenix. They kind of felt a little premature for their run, but I started getting into them as champions and liking it. But there's no way you don't put these titles, or at least give the title an opportunity to FTR, who is looking like the best damn tag team in the world right now.
Yeah, and I'm going to add one more thing to this. If FTR does win the AEW Tag Team Championships, I wouldn't be surprised if Christian turns on Lucha Express or Jurassic Express or something.
You know what? I kind of see it. Christian's felt real lost in the group. I understand the choice from AEW and Tony Khan not to re-sign Marco Stunt. He didn't really fit in, as a wrestler, as a valet maybe for Lucha Express, for the Jungle Express. But I feel like Christian wanted to do more, and he's kind of being held back by the tag team champions. So I could see that being a little bit of resentment in him. And it's everything you need for a good heel turn. Have him go one-on-one with Luchasaurus. Have him go one-on-one with Jungle Boy, and just let him go.
Yep. And I have a feeling that's going to happen at Double or Nothing. If not, then All Out by the end of the year. So yeah.
By the end of the year, I want to see FTR with all three belts, man. I do. I really want to see that.
Yes, me too. Me too.
You know what? Somebody that I think is going to be holding gold real soon in the company. We had the Dynamite debut of Marina Shafir and Sky Blue. Quick match, to the point, in and out. Made Shafir look like a beast, what she is. I think she should beat Jade.
As much as I want to disagree with you, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to agree with you because I had to go back this morning and watch it. I mean, yeah, I saw it live, but I wanted to go back and rewatch, Dynamite because I wanted to see like what I thought was wrong in that match, what I thought was right. Bro, I didn't see anything wrong in that match last night between Shafir and Sky Blue.
Yeah, no, they worked really well.
Now, I know Battle of the Belts is, taken up with all the championships, so of course we won't be getting Shafir and Jade this coming Saturday, but that's okay. Maybe we should just, build this up until we get to Las Vegas. Shafir, Jade Cargill, Double or Nothing. I'm going to go one better. a ladder match for the for the TBS title, and Shafir gets the title.
Oh wow, the women's ladder match. That's actually a pretty good idea. I know they like having being the marquee for a bunch of firsts in the women's division.
And I'm only saying that because it keeps Jade from getting pinned, and it keeps Jade from getting submitted.
Yeah, I like it. You keep Jade looking strong because she is the future. She's she's where she's at right now, man. She's very polished, but she still has some growing to do.
Yeah, she's like the Undertaker of AEW.
Yeah, she could be. I like Jade. I like the gimmick. I like the look. But I think Marina can bring a little sense of realness to the belt, which will be needed. Let Marina get the belt, have her do a good run of defenses, and then line her back up with Jade. Make Jade go back from the bottom, come through it again. Yeah, she'll be on another level.
Yep. And if she doesn't get the TBS title back, have her go after Thunder Rosa for the AEW Women's Championship, because Thunder Rosa's not losing on Saturday, and she's not losing for a good while. Make her be like the Britt Baker, build up her title reign, and then take it away from her.
Yeah, I think that was the key for Britt Baker, and for me, her reign was she had a great reign, but she's a heel champion. Heel champions always win by heel tactics.
It kind of got stale by the end of the title reign.
Got a little stale, but that's a good thing about a face champion, and Thunder Rosa being a good face champion. She's going to have these great matches with all these ladies who come at her. So the matchups are going to be great for Thunder Rosa, but definitely I think this is, and then if they take the, streets of doing the TBS title as, that first build a title, this is your way to really making you, and that gets you into contention for the women's. I'm all down for it. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
And Jade Cargill really, she would deserve a good run, at least a run at the title to see how she does against the bigger competition.
Yeah.
But big competitions, man, you don't get any bigger than the Limitless one. Keith Lee, him and Swerve Strickland, whose house? Swerve's house, went against Ricky Starks and the other big man in the group, Powerhouse Hobbs. I really like the match, man. In prediction leagues, I got this one wrong because I forgot Ricky Starks was from New Orleans. You always have to give the hometown man his pop. And
wait, I don't mean to cut you off. Are you sure Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs lost? Because I thought they won last night. Because I saw the match again this morning, and I saw Powerhouse and Ricky Starks celebrating.
Oh yeah, no, they won. They won the match.
Okay, I thought you said Strickland. I thought you said Strickland beat Hobbs and Starks. My bad, bro.
Oh no, I wanted them to win, but that's just because I forgot.
We all did, but we, like you said, we forgot that Starks was from New Orleans.
Yep, and that's, man. If going back, I would have remembered he was from New Orleans. I wouldn't have picked against him, but the match was really good, man. It was a very fun match. You have your two big guys and you've got your two flyers, and everybody just worked great in the match. I think they caught something there with Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. I kind of like that matchup. And, Ricky Starks, that guy I've been saying for a while, he's going to be the next big thing. There's no way that he's not. He's got a good move set. He's got the look, and he's got the mic skills. So, what did you think on the match?
I really enjoyed it, especially when the crowd was going back and forth with the bask in his glory, and then Swerve's house, and then when they got Ricky Starks in the match, they were like, I forget what they were chanting. Oh yeah, Starks, whoop, Starks, whoop, or something. I don't know what they were chanting. New Orleans is crazy, man. I have no idea, but
dude, give it up to the New Orleans crowd. That crowd was a hell of a crowd last night.
Yeah, hey, I thought Boston was hot last week when they were there, but nope, New Orleans was 1,000% hot last night.
Boston got a pay-per-view quality show.
Yeah.
And the fans gave him, everything they had.
Yeah.
But New Orleans, man, that's half of the crowd had to be drunk. because they were just loud.
I'm probably gonna say 65% of the crowd was drunk.
Yeah, because that crowd was loud. They were in every single match.
Yeah.
But they also rescheduled that show due to COVID like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. So they had like 2 or 3 times of pent up frustrations ready to get out.
They were waiting for it, and when they got it, man, they showed out. So good on New Orleans.
But like I said, I really enjoyed the match, and I'm gonna go one further. Like if anybody looks up on YouTube, I forget what the video's name is, but John Moxley, Bryan Danielson, Yuta, I think his name is
Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah, the guy with the title around his waist.
Yep.
They were in the ring at the end of Dynamite, and they kept on saying like, "Well, we're gonna bring out the New Orleans boy." First it was Danhausen. They booed. I mean, they cheered, but they booed like, "We want Starks," and the next thing they got was like Hook. He walked away fast.
Yeah.
And then Bryan Danielson was like, "Well, we tried. We tried everything. We tried. Do you want me to try one more time?" Okay. Will the New Orleans boy please come on down? And all of a sudden, we got Ricky Starks. That was amazing. If I have the link to it, I'll send it to you.
Heck yeah, man! Do that, and we'll put it in the show notes so everyone can see the aftermath.
Yes.
New Orleans loved them some Starks. They really do. You could tell he was vibing off the crowd that whole match.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, he was good, but Swerve, man, Swerve and Keith Lee with that bounce off the chest springboard flip, that was amazing.
Oh yeah, definitely is. I like Starks. I liked the 3 out of 4 participants in this match. Powerhouse Hobbs, to me, take it or leave it.
For our longtime listeners, you guys know how I feel about Powerhouse Hobbs. I'm in the same bucket with you, man. I could take it or leave it with him. He feels very generic big man to me. And maybe it's because he is a very generic big man, but I'm not the biggest fan of Powerhouse Hobbs, but Ricky Starks, he's got something.
Yeah, he's got something, and who knows, maybe we could be calling him the AEW World Champion, where that down the road, like where that title actually means something instead of the FTW title. I mean, come on, the FTW title is not getting much respect anymore.
No, man. I think I would love to see Starks as a TNT champion and getting it off of Scorpio Sky, because honestly,
oh yeah, Scorpio Sky is not losing it to Sammy on Saturday.
No, not at all. Sammy, I don't think is going to touch the TNT belt for a while.
No.
And okay, go to Sammy real quick. Sammy and Tay, which it happens all the time. Wrestlers date each other in the business because they're always on the road together. It happens, guys. But I'm just really over Sammy and Tay because they're just always I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the social media. Maybe it's the on-screen antics. Reports that they were trying to take the booze off of TV and put in fake crowd noise. Is everybody just done with them?
I am. I'm completely done, man. I mean, I have not watched a Sammy Guevara blog at all. Ever since he lost the TNT title, I have not watched a vlog. I don't know.
I don't want to say they need a breakup, but we need something fresh.
They don't need a breakup, no, but they need time away from TV.
Yeah. We need them not to be linked in TV.
Yeah. I mean, they can't be the Roman Reigns. I mean, okay, granted, Roman Reigns in WWE, he takes times off sometimes, and yeah, do we get tired of him? We did when he was shoving it down throats, but now we're not, because he's like Sammy, Tay, we love you. Some of us do. Please take
Yeah.
some time off.
Take some time off while we're still able to say that we may want to see you again before we're just like, oh God, get these people off our show.
Yeah.
So from that horrible mess to the trios match, man, Santana and Ortiz with Eddie Kingston going against the Jericho Appreciation Society, which,
What a horrible name.
oh my God, it's so terrible. It's, and now let's be fair. When I first heard Inner Circle, I was like, oh, that's crappy. But the promo came out and he was like, this is why it's the Inner Circle. These are my inner friends. This is my group. I'm like, okay, I like it more now.
That name got onto me like fast.
Yeah.
Fast. And then the heel turn.
Yep.
And then we get Jericho Appreciation Society.
Yeah. These guys are getting heat because they came out there and they want to be sports entertainers and not pro wrestlers. And
dude, besides Jericho and Hager, everybody in that group is like, get off my TV, heat.
Yeah. No, the guys from 2.0 suck. I don't care what their real names are. The 2.0 guys suck.
Yeah.
Daniel Garcia should have been with Mox and Danielson, because that kid's got something. If you've seen his GCW work, if you've seen his other work, he's got something. But you have him in the Jericho Appreciation Society, and that's going to kill whatever that I had for this kid, because this group sucks so bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting ratings on AEW. I mean, I guess it's all. I mean, the only reason why it's getting ratings on AEW is because Chris Jericho's in the group. If Chris Jericho is not in the group, goodbye ratings.
Yeah. You Jericho marks need to stop it. Stop it. This is horrible. You know this is terrible. I say this being a man who owns a lot of Chris Jericho memorabilia. Chris Jericho's stuff right now is terrible with the JAS. Stop it.
Yeah. And Jericho is going to be going on the road like in a couple of months with Fozzy, because his Fozzy's new album is coming out like next month.
Yeah.
So he's going to be on the road pretty soon. So where's the ratings go now there, Tony Khan?
I don't know what they're going to do, man. I think Jericho, he takes a break. At least the Inner Circle is able to still do things without him. This Jericho Appreciation Society, I don't want on my TV if he's not there.
No.
All right. So let's go from what I don't want on my TV to what I do want on my TV. The ROH World Heavyweight Champion TV Championship, the match between Samoa Joe and Minoru Suzuki, Murder Grandpa himself, man. What a match, right? The beginning of this match, if you've been watching wrestling for a long time,
it was like a chop fest.
It was a chop fest. It was exactly the match that Samoa Joe had with Kenta Kobashi when he faced Kobashi back in 2004 or 2003. But Joe and Kobashi, man, they just went at it with the chops. And guys who know Eddie Kingston does the Kobashi multi-chops. Pa, 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 pa. And that's what Joe did to Minoru Suzuki. And dude, 5 minutes in, both of their chests were just screaming red, and I loved it, man.
Oh man, I did too. And like I said, I had to go back and rewatch it again because I enjoyed it so much. But they're probably not going to be themselves after they probably want themselves after the match.
Right. What did you think about the ending of the match, man? With the way it ended and who won?
The right man. Okay, the way that it ended, Samoa Joe is the absolute correct winner. Yes, I know he's in the Owen Hart, tournament and everything, and I know he's going to be an AEW World Champion soon, but Samoa Joe, there was no way he was going to lose his second match on AEW.
Yeah, I you know what? That's a great call. because it was his second match. I think I'm a Minoru fan, man. I'm a big time Suzuki fan. And when he clasped his hands and he was going for the Gotch pile driver, I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna get Joe up because he's done it to big people before.
Yep.
And no, Joe, man, with the muscle buster and the win, which by the way, I miss seeing the muscle buster. I miss that move.
The most devastating move in wrestling, man. And
Hell
people
yeah.
and people say like, oh, RKO, oh, the RKO is the most devastating move. Like, how many people have kicked out of the RKO? Yeah, exactly. How many people have kicked out of the muscle buster? Okay, there's your point. There's your point.
Exactly. And man, hats off to Minoru Suzuki. He won his first U.S. title. That was a good moment for him.
Yep.
He's someone else, man, that I also feel like is on the retirement tour. He's wrestling freaking everywhere right now.
Suzuki, if you are,
big time hats off, man. He's a man who deserves it. He deservedly should be in everybody's Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
But
however, and I know exactly where you're going to be going with this. However, the ending of the show, if we thought Jericho Appreciation Society was get off my TV kind of heat, or Sammy and Tay Conti get off my TV kind of heat, this dude.
I had to look up his name so I can properly tell everybody listening that the former NBA player Satnam Singh, who looked like the Wish version of the Great Khali, is all elite.
He looked like the Great Khali's cousin.
Oh my God, man. And the sad thing is I have people after this match with Joe and Minoru Suzuki, people are messaging me like, did that match fall flat to you? Did the match? Yeah. I'm like, no, it wasn't the match. It was the shit after.
It was the ending.
If you didn't watch that shit with this dude coming out, everything would have been fine. But this dude came out and it just sucked so bad that people are like, wow, did Joe and Minoru suck? No. It's this Singh guy.
Yeah, and if anybody watches JD from New York here on YouTube, great reviewer, great podcaster. Don't piss him off. Last night, AEW at the end pissed him off, and God, he's hilarious when he's pissed off, but he's also vicious when he's pissed off.
Dude, this here, and the sad thing is, and this is what really makes me upset, man. This is the first time that AEW went over their time on TBS.
Yep.
Or Dynamite has done it ever. And you do it for this shit. If you recorded, and then I'm going to say this to everybody. If you recorded or DVR'd the show and you didn't get the last 5 minutes that went over, consider yourself lucky because you got the best match. It ended and you don't know what happened afterwards. You're fine.
Yeah.
Right, let's wrap it up here. I'm getting tired of fucking seeing. We've touched about a little bit of everything, man. Little Raw, little NXT, little AEW. Of course, we've got, Bash of the Belts, Battle of the Belts. We've got Rampage, which is going to have belts implications. And WWE's been putting on, at least the last 2 weeks since Mania, very good shows. Kind of feels like the whole industry is in an uptick, man. Give you a minute here just to kind of tell me what are you looking forward to in the next couple of weeks, man? What show are you watching? What are you storylines you into? Give us a little recap.
Unless they build up the Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, that I'm not interested in the Seth Rollins Cody Rhodes match again. We've seen that. It's over and done with. I'm looking forward to the ending. However, I am looking forward to the continuation of the MJF and Wardlow situation because like you and I talked about, this can only end with Wardlow getting release of his contract when MJF gets screwed out of the AEW World Championship. It's gonna happen. I have a feeling it's gonna happen. when I know Tony Khan doesn't watch this show, but if he ever does, we appreciate you, Mr. Khan, but it needs to happen at Double or Nothing, and that's the only way we're gonna get our Wardlow released of his contract so he can kick MJF's ass.
Yes. Hell yeah, man. It's a lot of good stuff to keep our eyes on, and the storylines that are coming up, man, leading into Double or Nothing, which is in Vegas. That's going to be, one of AEW's big four that they put on. For WWE, they're heading into WWE Backlash or WrestleMania Backlash, which is always just a recap of Mania. Just good. Cody and Seth kind of plays into that because it's always a rematch fest at WrestleMania Backlash. But I'm not looking forward to what they're putting on until they hit their major shows and we can see what storylines they're wanting to go with, because they haven't really reset after Mania yet. So
the only thing that they've reset on was Veer Mahan. He's
finally here. We are here to fear the Veer, man. All right, man. On that,
I don't know if that's a good thing, but yeah.
Hey, I'm giving Veer more respect than Singh right now.
Yeah, that.
Oh shit. All right, Justin, I appreciate you for joining us this evening, having everybody hear your great takes. Let everybody know where they can find you online, where predictions area you're at. Who are you over there? Let them know how they can find you.
Facebook, which is actually the name that I'm using right now. I'm still in AFW. I'm only over there, because I'm in a faction of Northern Mafia, and we're trying to get all the gold, and we're trying to be the bloodline over there.
Nice.
I'm in MCPL with, of course, Jay over here. I'm in GPL.
Also,
I'm in I'm mainly in anywhere that Jay is, except for, well, he knows the situation with Canada Dry over there, but yeah. I'm mainly anywhere, including FSGP, with this guy over here, and we did our very best to keep the Laker and Celtics rivalry, out of the show.
We did. We were able to keep it at bay for a little bit. Yeah, it's not bad at all, man. We did very well.
Oh, and I got the link. I got the link for you for that after show post, the after show that they did last night.
Hell yeah, send it to me, guys. We'll put it on the show notes so y'all can see it. That's gonna wrap it up. I'll give you guys some final thoughts in a minute. We'll let Justin go ahead and go on about his night. Thank you for joining us, man. And just before you go, I gotta hear it. Magic was better than Bird.
Yes.
I'm messing around with you, brother. Thank you for coming on. Have a good evening.
But Kobe was definitely better than Paul Pierce. I will mention that.
That is the truth. Appreciate you, Justin.
All right, see you, man.
Bye. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for listening to episode number 31, the Just in Time episode. Just a shout out. That is the shout out to our guest today, Mr. Justin Marchesini. He is known as Just in Time in some of these prediction leagues that we're in. Great guy to have on, man, just to get some different perspectives on what's going on in nowadays product. And who better to talk to than people who actually predict what they think is going to happen on these shows? Because I mean, it's not hard to say, oh, well, I think this is going to happen, that's going to happen, but we have to do it week in and week out in some of these leagues. It gets crazy. But we'll wrap it up with this, guys. As I tease, 3 weeks from now, Shootin Shit may look a lot different with the return of DDJ and maybe the return of Joey K. We'll see. Stay with us. We may flush the format. We may give you guys something completely new that you haven't seen for our grand reunion. Sure, we will start blowing that up as soon as we know when it's going to happen. Next week, we'll see what happens, man. I think I might be solo Lolo again. We may not have DDJ in, so We'll see who the next week's guest is. Maybe one of the guys from the NRD podcast. If you guys remember them, the Nerd podcast. You know what? I think a friend of mine wants to say something before we go from that little show.
Well, hello there. It's me, Harold, the puppet, and you are watching Shootin'. I don't curse, so shootin' poop. Yeah.
That was the one and only Harold the Puppet from the NRD podcast, man. I love Team Harold. I am Team Harold because we're faces, not heels here, even though he calls us shooting poop because he does not curse like his brother Gerald. Gerald curses. He has the mustache because he's evil, but Harold is good people. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll wrap up episode 31 with that. Tell you guys thank you for listening. Follow all of us on all of our social media stuff that you can find on our show notes, on our link tree. Look at the video that Justin's been great to provide us with, the aftermath of AEW in New Orleans. See Ricky Starks get some good hometown love. Once again, this is episode 31. We are officially wrapping it now of Shootin' Shit, the just-in-time episode. Good night, Irene.
Do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Follow the show on Twitter at SHOOTINSHT, and thanks for listening.